When a narcissist realizes you see through them, everything changes. The mask begins to slip. The illusion starts to crack. Maybe you confronted them, or maybe you just started acting differently. Either way, they feel it. Narcissists are shame-based individuals, terrified of exposure. They survive by hiding behind grandiosity and feeding off others. So when their supply starts waking up, when you start seeing the truth, they know. They're always watching your body language, your tone, your energy, always scanning for threats, because without control, they lose everything. And when they sense you slipping away, their behaviour takes a dark turn. Let's break down exactly what happens when a narcissist realises you're no longer in the fog. The narcissist isn't just afraid of getting caught. It's not only about consequences or the shame of being seen for what they really are. It runs deeper than that. Because what they fear most is losing control. Control over the narrative, control over the relationship, control over you, and even control over how you see yourself. Because here's the thing, if you start to see yourself clearly, if you begin to recognize your own worth, you become dangerous. Why? Because their entire identity depends on how you see them. Their image is not self-sustained. It's not built on any real passion, purpose, or internal strength. It's built on your reactions, your attention, your validation. They feed off your confusion, your self-doubt, your energy. So the moment you see through the illusion, the moment you stop responding the way they expect, they feel it and panic sets in. That panic triggers their survival response. You might see rage, guilt tripping, silent treatment, or love bombing, whatever they think will work on you, because some narcissists are calculated. They know what pulled you in before, and they know what's pushed you away. But not all narcissists are skilled manipulators. The lesser ones, the ones with low awareness and poor self-control, they won't adapt, they'll explode. They'll rage, overreact, blow small things completely out of proportion. You'll see them turn molehills into mountains. Just because you didn't reply fast enough. Just because you didn't take the bait. Because to them that silence is a threat. Your detachment signals loss of control, and that threatens the very system that sustains them. See, they don't generate their own energy, they harvest yours. They groomed you to mirror back what they want to see. And when you stop playing the part, when you stop fueling their fantasy, they panic. And that panic turns to rage, to manipulation, to outright destruction. They may lash out in ways you never expected, and the more they lose control, the more aggressive they become. Because your autonomy, your growth, your power is unbearable to them. And here's the tragic part. The more abusive they get, the more they expose themselves. They become predictable, desperate. They dig themselves deeper, dragging you down with them. But that's not your grave. They dug it, but it was never meant for you. It belongs to them, because they created it. They filled it with lies, projections, and control. And now, when you rise, it enrages them. So they will attack what matters to you. Your job, your health, your finances, your pets, your children. Nothing is off limits. Because their addiction to control knows no bounds. Like a junkie chasing a fix, they'll destroy anything in their path. And yes, that includes you, if it means getting another hit of narcissistic supply. And of course, the more the narcissist destroys, the more they isolate you, the easier it is for them to convince you that you can't survive without them. That's the real goal. Not to change, not to take accountability, but to make you believe you need them. This is why the abuse escalates. Insults, devaluation, silent treatments, public shaming, followed by sudden moments of affection, apologies, gifts, promises. Intermittent reinforcement. It's not love, it's programming, designed to break you down so you cling tighter. Because they don't just want affection, they want possession. They want your worship, your loyalty, your sacrifice. By now they've likely isolated you, discredited you, so you have nowhere else to turn. And in that isolation, you start to doubt yourself. You start to believe maybe this is the best you can get, that staying is safer than leaving. But the truth is, you were better before they came into your life, and you will be better once they're gone. They created a psychological addiction, a trauma bond, where you accept unbearable emotional pain for brief, fleeting moments of false affection. This is Stockholm Syndrome, where the person causing you the most harm becomes the one you feel you can't live without. And they're counting on your loyalty, your empathy, your silence. Not because you have nothing to say, but because you already know they won't listen. And that's what keeps you stuck. But here's the truth. They're escalating because they're losing. Your detachment corners them, and they have no plan for that. So they rage, they bait, they love bomb. But when none of it works, they're left with nothing, because you were the source of everything. This is where your power begins. Your silence is not weakness. It is your strategy. It is where your healing begins. Because when you go silent, you create space to grieve. To grieve what you compromised. To grieve the illusion, the character they played, the version of them that never really existed. And in that silence, you realize the only one who had anything real to offer was you. You didn't lose anything of value in them, because they had nothing real to give. They didn't gain anything from you either, because they can't sustain it. All they have are defenses, strategies built over a lifetime to avoid shame, to avoid truth, to avoid themselves. Your truth threatens their entire defense system, and without it they can't function. They were never taught how to process guilt, never taught to sit with shame, to take accountability, to feel remorse, to grow. So when they're forced to face that shame, they don't reflect, they implode. Or they lash out. Because shame for them is unbearable. It doesn't pass through them, it devours them like acid, corroding what little structure they have left inside. And that's why they do anything to avoid feeling it. They'll blame you, smear you, call you too sensitive, too emotional, even abusive, anything to shift the shame. Because without their defense, they fall apart. They have no tools for healing, no capacity to rebuild, so instead, they return again and again, just to keep the game going, because the game keeps them from seeing what's beneath it. But you do have the tools. You have the capacity for truth, for growth, for healing, and that's why your silence is powerful. Don't engage in the smear campaign. Don't defend yourself to people who've already chosen to misunderstand you. Don't respond to bait. Don't feed the cycle. Stay grounded in truth, because truth is your power. Let them spin lies. You don't need to correct them. Your energy is sacred. So grieve the relationship. Grieve what never existed and let it go, because what is real exists within you. Love is not chaos. Love is peace. Love is stability. Love is freedom. If this video resonated with you, like, comment, and share this with someone who needs it. Subscribe for more deep insights. If you'd like one-on-one coaching or would like to support the channel, check the links below. You're not alone, and you're not powerless. You're just waking up.